are doing well. Welcome into this stream. I am going to be unpacking this new deck that I just got. It is called Supper Attractor. It's by Gabrielle Bernstein, and I haven't even gone through it yet. It's still in its package, and I am really excited to just share my reactions to it with you guys, to share the cards with you guys as I go through it, and just to share my process for how to welcome in a new deck and how to go through it and how to bond with it, so to speak. So if you're new to using cards, oracle decks, this is an oracle deck, which is different than a tarot deck. Tarot decks are the traditional same messages and same cards for with different interpretations based on who produced the tarot deck, but they all have the same theme and the same general meanings. But oracle decks are unique in that they have their own messages, their own meanings, and it's unique to each oracle deck. So that's what this deck is. It's an oracle deck, and like I said, we're going to go through it here and share it. Again, this is the first time that I've done something like this, so I'm really excited to get into it. What I usually do when I do any sort of ceremony is I call in the elements, so I'm going to do that here in just a moment. I'm going to center myself. I'm feeling a little low energy today. It is my moon cycle, so I am always a little bit going inward for it, so it's a little bit interesting that I'm sharing this process with you guys, and I feel a little vulnerable letting you guys into my sacred practice, but I'm excited to do that. I do have a reading released for the quarter moon in Pisces, which happens on December 10th. That's the current reading, but you can always go to devotedandvulnerable.com/lunar readings to find the most current reading for you, but the link is in the description to the quarter moon reading. So let's call in the elements. I'm going to activate and call upon the element of fire. Just going to ask it to be here in this ceremony of unpacking the sacred Super Attractor deck. And as I activate the element of fire, I'm just going to honor its energy, the sacred flame of transformation, of light, the direction of the south. And now I will call upon and activate the element of air, bringing air into this sacred unpacking of this new oracle deck, asking that this deck help me to bring clarity to those who I can support and people who can support me, asking also that the fire brings transformative energy and light into all of the readings that I participate in with this deck. And we honor the direction of the east, which is the direction of air. So now I'm going to activate and honor the element of earth with this sage. And I'm going to sage the deck here. Any sage things you like to get underneath it and all around it. I'm doing there, sage myself so that I'm clear. Earth energy helps us to be grounded, so I ask that this deck help to ground all of my readings in practical steps and material actions that can be taken to create change and attract change in our lives. I thank the earth element for all that it offers and honor the direction of the north, which is the direction of the east. Direction of the earth, sorry. I call upon and activate the element of water. Water rules our emotions and our memories and helps us to flow easily with life. So I ask that the water be here in this unpacking ceremony and with me as I use this deck, and that we are able to transmute emotions, memories, and allow ourselves to flow with life. Okay, so let's look at the deck. Here's the front of it. Like I said, it's Gabrielle Bernstein. Artwork is by Michaela Urza. It's a 52-card deck. It's published by Hay House. And then here, we'll read the back together. Oh, can you guys see that? Hold on. See if I can fix the lighting. There, maybe a little bit better. Here, how's that? Okay. just shut both of these. I thought it would help you guys see it, but I think it might be a little distracting here. Okay. The back says, becoming a super attractor means that which you believe is what you receive. The stunning deck of cards helps you connect to the universe and live in alignment with spirit so that you can get in the flow of well-being and develop your own super attractor powers. Surrender to this awesome practice and watch miracles unfold. Gabrielle Bernstein is the #1 New York Times bestseller of The Universe Has Your Back. She has been featured on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday as a next-generation thought leader and appears regularly on Dr. Oz. All right, so let's open the deck here. I did think ahead to get some scissors so we can kind of unpack this deck here without doing too much damage to the box, even though it looks like I did a little damage. Okay. All right. I'm so excited. I'm so very excited. Oh, yay. Okay. So here we go. I don't know if I can't really show you guys this part, but I'll face towards the camera. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so here's the back of the, like inside of the card box. It's good to feel good. Love it. The inside of the top is the same. So we'll put those, maybe I'll just put that, oh, you guys can't see that, never mind. I'll put it here where you guys can see it. There, okay. Alrighty. So here's the card back. It's so beautiful. I love it. And there's a little card here to welcome you. So it says, "Hi, Super Attractor. We are thrilled that you opened this deck. It is here to remind you that through love, you can invite in everything you need. When you are faced with challenges, know that you can choose a card and be offered a new plan beyond your own. Allow each affirmation to support and guide you. These messages will help you make your joy a priority, believe in the universe, and have faith in the guidance you receive. Michaela and I created this work to inspire you to live a life filled with joy, grace, and ease and strength. The words and art are loving reminders to have fun, be well, attract what you desire. Open the deck, pick a card, and remember that you are a super attractor." So this is what that looked like. Just a little welcome. And there's a little like blurb about Michaela and Gabrielle Bernstein. Gabrielle, I guess, because her name is Gabby, so Gabrielle. I guess we'll put this guy right here. Okay. So whenever I get a new deck, I like to set a ceremonial space like I just did. I really love working with these energies. The sacred tools of the cards are so powerful, and I've followed other card readers for years, and I've been doing this myself for a few years now, and it's really just such a magical way to play with the universe. Like, I really do feel like it's playing with cards, which is why I'm streaming to Twitch with this one. Because I am a gamer, and I have been following Twitch personalities for years. I'm very into Hearthstone, which is what I use Twitch for mostly. So that's a card game, and this kind of feels like a card game too, but it's a card game that there's no opponent. It's just you and your the energies that you work with outside of yourself. So I always tell people that it doesn't matter what you believe in. You can call in any energies to work with you and to support you and to communicate with you through these cards. My recommendation is always to work with energies of unconditional love and to work with the ones that you feel most comfortable with. So it might be God, it might be a goddess, it might be angels, it might be your ancestor, it might be your higher self, it might be the fairies, it might be mythological creatures, it might be star family, whatever it is that you really go to outside of yourself for guidance, for support and love. Those are the energies you can invite in to speak with you through the cards and to speak with you through the messages. So this is not a random universe. This is all happening and occurring based on cause and effect and based on a feedback loop and system. So it's essentially like we're tapping into the feedback system of the universe or God or goddess or these energies that you want to communicate with. When you pick up a deck of cards, it won't be a random answer that comes to you. It will be one that's aligned with the intentions that you're setting and the question that you're asking and the energies that you're inviting to communicate with. So for me, my intention is always to be aligned with my highest good, your highest good, and the highest good of all. And ultimately, with any tool that we use, with anything outside of ourselves, there's always the reminder that the goal is to be guided back to the wise, instinctive knowing that exists within ourselves. Anything outside of us can only give us a picture, a piece of the picture, but the real truth, the real wisdom, and the real guidance is always within. But it sometimes is helpful to go to these loving, supportive energies outside of us for answers that confirm what we already know within us and can awaken this internal knowing and this new way of relating with ourselves. So that's always my caveat, is the goal here is to not give our power away to the cards. They are simply a tool to help guide us back to the wise instinctive knowing that exists within our own being. And I'm really excited to work with this affirmation deck because I love affirmations. I've seen my life change so much with affirmations, and I'm really excited to see what these affirmations look like. So let's start flipping through the deck. Okay, so how do I want to do this here? Maybe I'll just leave those there and flip this card over and just keep going like that. How's that sound, guys? Good? Are we good? I think that's in frame. Okay. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. Wow! And I love it! That's such a cool one. So when you go through your deck, you really want to like take in the art, take in the message, take in the words on the card. This deck doesn't have like a book, so there's no like deeper meaning. There's no like things to read here. So it's really just the things that are invoked from the card themselves. And usually when I go through a deck, I won't read the book at all. I'll just look at the cards and look at the words, and then read the book when I am doing readings and the card comes up to dive deeper into the wisdom and guidance. How are we doing here, guys? Is that good for you? Okay. I think it's good. Got my little sage smoke there. Okay. I don't want to fuss with it too much. Let the universe catch up with your dreams. So it's like just a reminder that when we're manifesting, when we're attracting things, there's a gap between what it is that we want and the time it takes to arrange the right people, to arrange the right circumstances, situations to come into focus and awareness and to come into alignment with our dreams. So a lot of times when we get frustrated and we give up on our dreams and we're no longer putting it out in the universe, it actually like really affects the potency of our dreams. It's like the waiter analogy when we're giving an order to the kitchen. And if we keep calling the waiter back and changing it because the order didn't come fast enough, then the chef has to start all over again and start with new ingredients and start a whole new process, and the food is going to take even longer. And then if we try to like change our minds again, the chef has to go back and start again from scratch. So that's kind of what this is reminding me of. I love the artwork on this card. It's so fun, so beautiful. I really love it. Okay. Card 1. Actually, yeah, it's like that. Okay. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. I love these drawings. They're kind of like watercolor doodle sketches. I love it. The energy is so fun. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. You know, the spiritual realm is something that we're learning about as a collective, I feel. You know, religion has typically up to this point really kind of ruled over our spiritual realm and understanding. But I really do feel like these energies that we work with outside of ourselves, our higher self, source, God, goddesses, angels, guardians, ancestors, all things that exist beyond the physical plane, they are part of the spiritual realm. You know, like when you're communicating with a loved one who's passed, that's a spiritual communication and connection. I just love this card. I love the energy of it, and I'm just sharing with you what comes through for me as we go through this deck, my loves. Obviously, I did not see these ahead of time, and ooh, I'm seeing them with you at the same time. I love the dark color of this. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that is available to me. How magical. I am really in awe of the magical guidance available to us. Through cards, through meditation, through all sorts of different connections that we can have to our inner knowing and to, you know, beings of unconditional love that want to guide us. One of the ways that that really helps me to be in awe of the guidance is when you ask to see a specific sign, and then that sign comes in like the most magical of ways. Usually for me, what I'll do is I'll say, please show me, and then I'll say like the first thing that comes into my head. So boomerang was the first thing that came into my head at that moment. So I would say, please show me a boomerang to confirm that it's aligned for me to take this job, or whatever it is, right? And sometimes I'll ask to be shown it 3 times. And it's really the stories that I have, maybe I'll share this at a different time, but the stories that I have with how I've done this in my life and how I've helped to navigate different things in my life it's really kind of incredible. And I am in awe of it. I love it. These cards are so beautiful. I really feel like this is helping round out my offerings. I've been wishing for an affirmation deck, and here it is. So thanks to my girl Allison for gifting me with this beautiful deck. It was available at Barnes & Noble, by the way. Okay. When I make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally. Support will surround me, and movements will form. Joy a priority. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is something that is joyful for me. I'm really enjoying sharing it with you guys, sharing it publicly. Again, this is like an inner process. I almost couldn't go to sleep last night. I was so excited to go through this deck, and I felt bad because I really, my friend who gifted me it really wanted to go through it with me, but I wanted to make it like this special sacred ceremony and to share it. So I'm going to share this video with her so she can go through it with me. Yeah, this is such a joyful thing, and you know, it's so silly. It's just a card game, essentially that we're playing with the universe to get guidance and beautiful affirmations, but it is joyful, and I do find that focusing on joy really opens things up in our lives. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we have in store here. Okay. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. And it's so important to remember that we have this ever-present now, and this ever-present now is the most powerful moment we will ever have, and it's continuously renewing. And every day is a new opportunity to change our energy, to change our lives, to change the direction that we are going and heading. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. I can decide in each moment to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. The most powerful moment of any day is the moment you wake up and you realize that you're awake. The thinking, the feeling, the imagining of your day that you do in that, like even in the first 17 seconds, they say, is like the most powerful time. And if you can catch yourself within those first 17 seconds and shift what you're thinking, feeling, and creating for your day, you will see beautiful things unfold. So if you could just catch yourself when you wake up, be like, I choose to commit to love and joy today. I feel love, I feel joy, I see myself going through my day with love and joy, and really just experience the difference that comes from that commitment. I can't wait to add this into my readings. I'm so excited. You're just gonna have to deal with me being a little bit of a geek here. And again, I'm low energy today. Normally I'm a little bit more bubbly and high vibe, but I'm on my moon, and this is how I honor my moon, and this is such a great way to honor it with this sacred ceremony of going through these decks. But yeah, this is just how I am right now, and we all go through ebbs and flows where we have different vibes, and this is the vibe I'm sharing with y'all now. Okay. This card, speaking of the moon, got a little crescent moon here. When I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. I love how joyful this deck is. There's so much joy in here. Becoming a super attractor so far really seems to be about changing your vibration into joy. And I love all these little reminders. And again, I love the artwork on these cards. They're so magical. Yeah, we live in a vibrational universe. So if you're not aware of that, what that means is everything, matter and energy and sound and light, it's all vibration. It's all wavelengths and frequency. So when we change our own internal vibe and frequency, it impacts the field around us. I always give the example of somebody with bad energy walking into a room, and you're immediately oh, I don't want to be around that person. Their vibe is affecting you. Or somebody who's bright and positive comes into a room and you're like, oh, I want to get to know that person. I want to be around that person. It's because their vibration is pulling you in and attracting you. So it can attract or repel you based on the frequency and based on how it interacts with where you are and what you're feeling. You might actually be attracted to the person who's in a negative vibe if that's where you are at. You guys just kind of want to share that space together, which there's no judgment in, right? It's just a vibrational alignment. But when you choose to introduce joy to a situation, you are changing the situation and the energy of what's happening around you simply by being at the center of what frequency you're emitting. And joy is one of the most high frequencies you can emit. Oh, I really love this deck. I'm so grateful. Is one card or two? It's totally two cards here. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, I love this. I don't know why, but I really love the colors on this card. The universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. Yes, yes, yes. The universe has big plans for all of us, or we wouldn't be here. This is such a powerful time to be alive and be present in this unfolding. And yeah, it can actually be we sit here and we keep asking for like big things to happen to us, but it can actually be kind of a stretch to allow ourselves to accept the bigness that is in store for us, and claim them. So this is just a reminder that there's amazing things in store for us, and to claim them. I love the eye too. All right, let's check out the next card. I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feelings and emotions. My good feeling emotions. Wow. I love the boundaries that are drawn around this. They're kind of, they're beautiful. Yeah, it's always this thing where it's like, how can I set a boundary that's kind and loving, you know? But also protecting my good feeling emotions. I love it. I love the boundaries that are set. I love the little like natural boundary on the outside, and then the ones that are kind of drawn on the inside. Love the moon in there. So with affirmations, it's always like, they're always just good to remind yourself, like, especially like, you know, if we were doing a reading here and this card came up, we would really want to remind ourselves anytime we're setting boundaries that we can be kind and loving, and that our good feeling emotions are worthy of being protected. So cool. This kind of looks like the Christmas star. I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. I love it. It's like the theme of the deck. Yes, yes. I accept that good things come easily, right? How much resistance do we have and belief do we have that like amazing things in our life have to come through like a lot of work and a lot of stress? Like, is that a belief that you have? Totally something that I've had in my life, where I've really had to be like, oh, it can be good and it can be easy. It doesn't have to be like this grind, right, to make good things happen. And actually I find, you know, as I work with water energy and magic, you know, water goes where there's the least resistance and flows. So when good things are flowing, they really come easily, and really just affirming that you're the point of attraction. You know, it's like when we're talking about our frequency and our vibration, it's something that we put out into the world, and it is influencing the field around us and those that are repelled or attracted to our vibe, and that which we are aligning to, we are calling into our experience. So yeah, accept that good things come easily, and accept that you're attracting that, and see the magic unfold. I'm so excited to hear how these affirmations will help people. I know they're going to be so supportive. Oh my gosh. Aww. Oh, little cardinal. Hi, little guy. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, goodness, I love this card. Many of you probably know this, but cardinals can symbolize loved ones who have passed, and it's just such a beautiful, like, they can show up in such magical moments for people as reminders and confirmations that their loved ones are there with us. So I love that it's on this card as confirmation that the universe is conspiring to support, guide, and lead compassionately towards the highest good. I love it so much. This is something that I fought with for a while, that I couldn't trust for a while, and when I started to lean into it and surrender to it and trust it, I started experiencing confirmation of it incredibly, like just knowing that I was being supported. And even in some of my darker, deeper, more difficult moments, when I've trusted that I don't know what's happening, I don't know why it's happening, but I trust it's leading me towards the highest good, I've been able to see what that highest good is, and really be able to benefit from it. Yes. All right, let's see see what the next card is, my dears. Love the green. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power toward what I want. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, right? Such a reminder and healing affirmation for when we can only see the dark. Just remembering that we can choose to see light even in darkness, kind of like the other one, like choosing to believe that the universe is always conspiring to support you, choosing to believe that in this darkness that we're looking at that there is light, choosing to see that light, and knowing that as you do that, you are redirecting your power towards what's in your heart and what you really want. Unless what you really want is darkness. Ooh, yes! I can do less and attract more. Simple, sweet, I love it. Yeah, you can. We all can. Again, that goes back to like the belief that the good things have to like come like through a lot of hard work and effort and healing and drudgery and soul, shadow work and all this stuff. But we can actually do less and attract more. Actually, the less we do, it creates space to open up for more to happen, more to experience, more to unfold. I'm loving this. This is so fun. Thanks for going through this with me, you guys. Aw, what a beautiful feather. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. Yes, it does. Totally experience that. Wow. Yeah, because again, the universe is giving us the feedback of the vibration that we're in. So when we realign with love, the universe instantly gives us that feedback, and it can happen in very powerful, magical ways. I've definitely seen and experienced that. One of like the most magical things that happened is my first heartbreak took me about 2 years to get over. 2 years to get over it. And I remember the day that I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm happy he's happy. And I trust that, we weren't meant to be together, or we would. And, I feel like I'm ready to move on. Immediately after I had that revelation and that feeling, I checked AIM, because that was how long ago that was. And there was this message that he had posted on his away message about them breaking up. The girl that he broke up with me for and dated for 2 years and spent all this time pining away for him and comparing myself to her and all of that fun games that we play with ourselves and feed our own belief that we're unworthy. But yeah, the second that I responded with love, I was just like, I love him and I'm grateful for the lessons and the learning and I hope that they're really happy together. It was like a moment later that the relationship was over, and it was like the universe like immediately responded to my alignment with love with something that it was just confirmation that it had felt me in that shift, and the universe, it shifted something out in the external too. This is so fun. I'm so excited. Okay. My greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force. They come through freedom. It's like a sunset in the mountains. I love this energy. Or sunrise, I guess it could be. Oh. My greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force. They come through freedom. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I love that message. I'm gonna like sit with that one. That one's the one that's like hit me the most powerfully so far. I'm getting a little teary-eyed. Yes, I love it. Yeah, it's like, I've never really thought of the opposite of force being freedom. But I like playing with that. I really like that. I'm gonna muse on that for a bit here. I really like that. That's so inspiring. I love it. All right, let's see what we got here. What's next? What's next? When I truly surrender my desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. Okay, so surrender is like one of the hardest things to do, especially with the universe. To just surrender into trust and surrender your desires up to like a higher power, or, you know, this says the universe, but it could be, you know, whoever you go to outside of yourself for guidance and support. But surrendering to that force, that creative, co-creative, all-knowing energy, and when we allow ourselves to just like give up our desires to that and trust in the unfolding, that's when we are really allowed to experience the force of faith. Wow. I like that one too. I really do. When I truly surrender my desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. Love it. Love it. Alrighty. Let's keep on moving. Oh, she's so pretty. I love her. I release time and let the universe show me what to do. Wow. I release time and let the universe show me what to do. That's so cool. That's so beautiful. I love it. Wow. Okay, I'm like really taken in by the artwork on this card. Like, I love the hands and the sparkles coming out of her head and her hand on her heart and all the flowers around her. And I love how it relates to the card. I release time and let the universe show me what to do. Wow. Those are two powerful things. Like, releasing time and letting the universe show you what to do. Those are like two powerful things to do. You know, it's kind of like trusting in the timing. Like, you trust the universe to catch up with your desires, like that first card. This is kind of like that similar thing where you're like releasing time. You're releasing like the need to have it all happen all at once. And then you just kind of let the universe show you like the next step, the next right thing. Rather than trying to like see the whole timeline unfold and control that. Like, she's just surrendered and trusting. It's like almost like the hands of like her ancestors or her guides or her angels are like coming in to like give her messages, and she's just like, okay, I'm listening. I hear you. I love this card. I think the artwork on this card is my favorite so far. Not that you're supposed to have favorites, but hey, it is what it is. Ooh. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. I love the artwork on this card. It's beautiful. I love the hand reaching for the fruit and the starry night sky. But I also really love the message. I have actually been doing an appreciation meditation lately, and in the meditation is by Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's an amazing spiritual visionary and guide. He has, in the meditation, he's like, fall in love with the feeling of appreciation. And I really have been falling in love with the feeling of appreciation. Like, that was what I did when I woke up this morning. I'm like, I appreciate my bed so much. I appreciate my pillows so much. I appreciate that I have this deck that I get to dive into and unpack and get to know and get to share with you guys, and that I have somebody who loves me enough in my space that wants to celebrate when I was born with dinner and a gift. And I just love that I have access to the internet and the resources to stream and connect and share. And, you know, I felt so much appreciation this morning. And, you know, the universe really does respond to that. It's, again, feedback. So if you're sending out appreciation, what's going to come back to you is more things to appreciate. And I love it. Yes, I love this so much. The true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Ooh, wee, is that a statement? I just want to yes. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. I have a lot of things I want to say about this part, but I think I'll save it for another day. I love this. There's been I'll say this. There's been so much talk about staying safe over the last year and a half, 2 years. The true safety lies within our ability to align with the love of the universe. To know it, to feel it, to embody it, to express it, to show it, to share it, to, I think I said feel it, embrace it, embody it, all these words. I might have said those too as well, but I love this so freaking much. You know, when we are in tune and in connection with the love of the universe, and we feel the love inside of us, we feel the love all around us, we can see it and experience it, we know we are safe. And that's where our true safety lies, and because it's that love that makes it all go, and that is creating all of our experiences. And when we align with it and understand it, we can truly know that we are safe within it. Ooh, I like that one. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Yes, more about the appreciation energy and vibe. Dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Okay, if we needed more confirmation that appreciation is something that is a vibe to hold on to, there it is. It dissolves all blocks, all resistances, all, that's one thing that we have to kind of realize and be humbled about, is that when we're really trying to attract something into our lives, that the reason that it doesn't come immediately is because there are still blocks. And again, we talked about how the universe has to take time in order to rearrange things. But if it's something we've been working on for a really long time, and we're it should have had enough time to come into being already, it should be here, it should, right? We start shooting on ourselves in the universe. When we stop appreciating what we have right now, we're blocked to receiving it, because it is, again, this feeling of appreciation that unlocks our ability to experience more, to appreciate. If you can't appreciate the present moment, but you want to bring in something into your experience that you would appreciate, well, your feedback that's going out into the universe is non-appreciation. So that's what you're going to get back. You're going to get more things to feel unappreciative about. So as you appreciate things, your ability to attract more, to appreciate, you dissolve all the blocks to attracting what you want. Wow. I'm going to think more on that one, but I like that one. I like them all, obviously. It's hard for me to not like something. Well, it's not hard, but it doesn't have more birdies. Aww, are they more cardinals? I can't really tell. When I am in a state of appreciation, there we go again, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. That's what I was talking about, falling in love with appreciation. That's when you fall in love with somebody, it's it's really the feeling of appreciating them, right? You're I love this person. I appreciate this person. I feel the joy in my heart for being alive, and that's the true nature within us. That's the true love that's within us. I love that this little cardinal, the little birdie guy is rubbing up on this other little birdie and appreciating him. What a fun deck. Powerful, fun, beautiful, magical. Childlike wonder. I love it. don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. It's so true. I've really been experiencing this a lot lately. I've been looking at my fears a lot and being honest, because, you know, I practice Ho'oponopono. I did 30 days of it in November. You can check out my videos and my offerings. I did practices, meditations, and chats about each topic, like with personal shares for my personal life. And Ho'oponopono really is the practice of seeing everything in the outside as a reflection of what's going on within you. So I did do a day on fear. I was early on in the series, I think before day 10, somewhere in there. But the reason that I brought it up is because I've been seeing a lot of fear in the outside world. And if you are chatting with me, hello, welcome. I cannot see anyone sharing chats, so I will respond to chats after the video stops recording. I'm like so new to streaming and twitching, so sorry if you're chatting. I think that might be the notification I see. So if you shared a chat with me, hi, but I can't see it or respond to it until after, but feel free to chat anyway. But anyway, I've been having a lot of like realization that what I'm seeing in the outside world is I'm seeing a world that's really afraid. We're really afraid of so much right now. And so Ho'oponopono is the practice of finding it within yourself. I'm like, okay, so where's my fear? Well, I have a big fear of rejection. I really have been afraid of rejection my entire life. And I've had to face some things with my family this week and last week that are fear related and rejection related. And I've really leaned into it and been like, you know what? Okay, it's time. It's time for me to face my fear. It's time for me to face this chance of being rejected and just let it be what it is. And I feel so much closer to my family. I feel so much love around me and support around me as I've been dealing with this, that it really has brought me closer to the love that's in my life and within me. I've experienced the truth of this like over the past 2 weeks so profoundly. My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. Okay. Powerful message there. I don't really know that I have anything to add to that. I love the dragonflies. They're so fun. Oh, excuse me, guys. Like I said, I'm showing up as myself today. I'm not perfect. I'm on my moon and low energy, so I'm yawning, I'm teeing, and I'm just being me. Okay. The more you practice good feeling thoughts, the more you'll be able to receive from the universe. Wow. I love it. I feel like I'll have more to add on that one day, but nothing's coming to me right now for that. Pretty. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Yeah, so that's like one of the powerful things that I was talking about earlier, where like this present moment is the most powerful moment we'll ever have. And it's always like reoccurring anew in every moment. We can shift our vibration and our focus and our point of attraction in every now moment of every day. And like the morning is the most powerful part of the day. And then like, of course, like new moons are really powerful moments. Your birthday is like your own personal new year, the actual new year, the solstice new year, the astrological calendar new year, the Chinese new year, all the new years. They're always powerful moments to practice recreating your vibration, but the now, each moment is the most prevalent and is always accessible, right? We don't have to wait till the next moon phase or new year to come along. We can do it right now. And right now, we can remember that everything is okay, even though we're worried about this and we had something bad happen to us in the past. Like even though there's like anxiety about the future and trauma from the past, right now, if we can really allow ourselves to know that all is well right now in this moment. I can claim it, I can feel it, I can experience it, I can hold that vibration, I can bring it into my next now, and I can bring it into my next now, and I can bring it into my next now. All is still well. All is still well. Oh, all is still well right now. All is still well right now. Right now it's still well. That's what's going to help you to not worry about the future, is to know all is well when you are aligned in the moment. Oh, it's a little bit different than what I was saying. Sorry, again, this is my first time seeing the card. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. So instead of worrying about what could be, you can know that everything will be well when you're coming back into the present moment, and in that moment reminding yourself that all is well and feeling it and experiencing it. I love this. I love the artwork. I love the lady. I love the moon. The stars, and I love the stars in her hair, the halo. I love it. Oh, look at all these hands. I let my inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. What an interesting combination of things in this affirmation here. Letting your inner sense of quiet multiply as you strengthen your faith in the love of the universe. Wow. It seems like those two are kind of hard to relate together, but it seems like it'll be really powerful when you can do that. Because, yeah, it's like the ego will have less to say and less to bring into the beautiful sanctuary of your inner space when your faith in the love of the universe is stronger and is strengthened. You won't have as much to like tell yourself, right? You won't have as much to like, the ego won't have as much to be like, oh, you should be doing this, or what if this happens? Like, if you're just strengthening your faith in the love that exists in the universe and trusting in that, there's not as much like for the ego to chat in your ear about. That's an interesting one. I feel like I have to ponder the depth of that a little bit further, the wisdom of that. We're maybe about halfway through here, guys. Looks like we are. Not quite sure, but it looks about it. I heal the habit of fear, and I embrace the habit of love. Yes, I love it. Yeah, fear is a habit, and there is something that like Dr. Joe talks about. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how like your body gets addicted to something, and then like it actually starts like trying to create experiences that like will give you the chemical releases that like fear gives you, or anger gives you, or guilt gives you. So it's like, if you haven't had your like daily dose of fear, like your ego or like your situations, your body will start like creating a situation for you to be afraid of, because it's a habit and it's what you know, and the body's just trying to like recreate the same situation over and over again. And so like just recognizing that like you're like, as you try to break the habit of something, that there's like this chemical, like physiological, like seeking of that, like, oh, I need to fear something. It's what I know. It's what I always do. I'm always afraid. And just like embrace the habit of love. Embrace like trying to find something else to love. Oh, I'm finding something else to love here. I'm finding something else to appreciate here. I'm finding this moment right now, something that I can love. I love my gemstones. I love them. I love my pendulum. I love this beautiful incense. And actually, I'm going to pause here and get another stick, because it's almost running out, and I'd like to keep it going for the rest of this reading. So I think I will do that now and leave that little beautiful message up there while I go get it. Another incense lit. Good to continue our sacred ceremony of the card unveiling. Gives me a chance to reposition here too. Okay. Believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming even when I can't yet see the results. Yeah. Yeah. Spiritual guidance is such a thing, right? We talked about the spiritual world and like what the word spirit means to different people, and it could be, you know, the God that you speak to, your higher self that you speak to, angels, the universe, the unconditionally loving force of it all. But believing that there is guidance coming from that realm can really give you certainty and freedom to keep dreaming even before the results happen. Because that's really, you know, we really think that it's like, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. But the magic of the universe is that we have to believe it before we see it to create it, because we're super attractors, and we are beaming out the vibration of what it is that we want to experience in the feedback. So we have to beam it out and feel it and trust in it to work in our favor, and to keep dreaming and to keep sending out the vibes before, you know, like while the universe has time to like feed it back to us, and things have time to shift. Love it. Love it. And there's so much times that I've received guidance, countless. This is why I offer my services this way. This is why I offer myself and my time this way, because I really do believe in the power of this guidance. I believe in my ability to bring it through to you. I also believe in your ability to tap into it and to start practicing with it in your own life. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe, no matter what. Again, kind of a very similar message when we're focusing on our connection to the universe, or to the spirit energies, spiritual connection. We can trust what's coming through. We can trust the unfolding. We can trust in the higher power and higher meaning of it all. Yeah, because to me, spiritual connection really is our connection with the universe. We can call it different things, but, you know, universal connection is part of that word for me, spiritual, because that's really what we're talking about here. We can trust the spirit when we're connected to it. If that makes sense. And it's like trusting a person. You can't really trust a person if you're not connected to them. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Oh, I love it. I love that it says I feel my way into faith, like that there's a feeling sense that's associated with it. And one step at a time, there's no rush. You just kind of feel where faith is taking you, and you just take that next step. That's beautiful. I just love the funness of this one. I choose to be a super attractor and have unwavering faith in the universe. You can do anything you want. You can choose anything you want. And why not choose this, right? Why not choose to be someone who can attract anything in their lives and have faith that in your ability to attract, the universe will respond. That's the law of reflection, the law of feedback, the law of cause and effect. Yes, I choose to be it and to have faith in it. When I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. Wow, that's a powerful statement. I don't have anything else to add about that. I'm still like, is that true? Have I experienced that? I don't know that I have. But that's definitely a fun one to play with. Oh. Like that's like the saying, like, thy will be done, right? Same energy. Each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. Yes. Yeah, that's really powerful to affirm, right? Because as we start to work with like things that are kind of unknown, like our connection to spirit, our tuning into spirit, it's important to be able to trust that this connection is aligned for your highest good, your highest truth. I always set intentions before I communicate with spirit or use sacred spiritual tools. Like I said, the intention for me is always that it's aligned with my highest good and the highest good of all. And I trust that when I'm tuning into that energy, that's the feedback that I'm getting, because I trust in my ability to attract that which I'm putting out in the world. And I know that the vibration that I'm putting out in the world is to attract unconditional love, is to attract this highest good, this truth for the highest good. And so I trust that when I do that, that's what's coming through for me. Oh, I love the wings on the little crown and the moon. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. Yep. This is such a big one. Such a big one. Guidance comes in all forms throughout the day. It comes through cards, it comes through other people, it comes through synchronicities, it comes through repetitive numbers, it comes through so many different ways. But the best way is just when we slow down and we listen to the energy of what's going on inside of us. You know, to me, that's where this guidance is available to listen to at any time. Always within, always there very quietly, whispering underneath the ego. You know, the sound of the ego is always going to tell you shoulds and shouldn'ts. It's always going to run you around in circles. Here, you know, when you're listening to your inner voice, it's quiet, it's loving, it's offering support. It's not telling you what you should do. It's just sending you love and sharing guidance with you, what you can do, what are your options, but never like this feeling of what you should do. For me, it's like I close my eyes to help the external go away. I like ask a question and then I just listen for feelings in my body. I'm a clear sentient, which means that I feel things very clearly in my body. So like that's my listening, is actually listening to what I'm feeling. If that makes sense. You might actually hear things in your inner mind. You might see things. You might be very clairvoyant, which is seeing things. Clairaudient is when you hear it. And claircognizant is just when you know it. But you have to slow down and tap into those psychic abilities, those intuitive abilities, in order to really listen to what's coming through them for you. When I am connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. Yeah, that's so true. And I love affirming that, because even if you haven't connected to spirit and felt it yet, you can affirm that that is what you will experience, and then you can experience it as the super attractor that you are. Beautiful. So simple, so pure. In stillness, I receive. Yeah, we have in this world this belief that we have to do something to be worthy of receiving, and in just being still, there's so much for us to receive, to feel, to experience. Oh, I love that. I love the art on that one too. Beautiful. I really love the people in this card. All of it's beautiful, but the images with the people, the ladies, is really nice. To begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let Spirit give me direction. Getting out of the way is so hard. We want it to go our way. We want to know what it is ahead of time. We want to, force and control and predict. But when we get out of the way, Spirit can give us direction, and that actually can get us to where we want to go a lot faster. When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. Yes. Yeah, there's so much that we can't do for ourselves, like organizing synchronicities, like knowing the bigger picture, like knowing the timing of it all. And when we're patient and let the universe do all that for us, we can really experience the profound magic. That's where magic comes from, is the co-creation with the universe. We do our part by asking for it, and then being patient for it and letting the universe do for us what we aren't capable of doing. The universe has way more power than us, way more perspective, way more magic. Even though we have all of that within us, but we're just kind of unlocking it. And we're at the beginning stages of understanding that, I think, as a species. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Ooh! Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. I love that definition of manifesting. I think I'm totally going to steal that. That is so inspiring. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. Yes. So this is something that I always ask for, not just for our highest good, but of the highest good of all. And that's always what I'm aiming for creating, and that's always what's in like the core of my heart. Like when I tap into what does my heart want? My heart wants the best for everybody. For everybody. Everybody. Everybody, everybody, everybody. The highest good of all. Yes. Love the art on that card too. Here's another card about patience. I am patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. Yeah, this is like something to say. This is an affirmation to come up like when you're really getting anxious about the future and just being like, I'm patient, I know it's coming. I'm patient, I know it's coming. It's funny because I've been getting the message from the universe for more than a year now that a lot of money is coming into my space, and I feel like I've been being patient, but as it like continues to not manifest in form, I'm like, okay, I still trust. I'm still patient. I'm patiently waiting. I promise, But it's like kind of like that meme where it's like the guy like peeking around the corner, and it's just like me checking in on the universe for the things that I trusted in their hands. It's like just checking in. How we doing? We doing okay? Just being patient and trusting that it is all unfolding for the highest good. And that whatever is of the highest good is coming towards you. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Yep. And what does spiritual alignment mean? Well, it means aligning with the love of the universe, I feel. That would be my definition of it. You might have a different definition, and that's okay. Getting down to the end here. A few more cards. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, there's that phrase again, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it'll happen. Yeah, this is like what part of my work is helping to aim people to achieve, is like a place of spiritual alignment within themselves, that they feel connected to the spirit, their guides, the universe, their own intuitive knowing. And that when you feel aligned with all of that, even though you're not seeing like results immediately, like just like you think it and it is, you can trust that everything's working out even though you don't know all the details. It's like trusting that magical co-creation with the universe. And just knowing that as you stay aligned, that which is aligned with you and aligned with that focus that you have will come to you. True manifestations are powered by service and love. More for others, and not feeling like when we take, it's taking from the whole and there's less for others now, and we're just like, I want you to have as much as I have. If not more, then it really helps feed the energy of abundance in your life and in their lives. Directing my focus onto what's thriving creates more of what I want. Yeah. I love the word thriving, right? Because as a society, as a human species, it does feel like we're moving from like survival to thrival, surviving to thriving. And this is like focusing on appreciation, right? It's like appreciating what's thriving creates more more that's thriving in your life. Yeah, what a great reminder. Oh, it's like kind of like the artwork on that card kind of like matches the back. Serving, or being served, receiving, service of others. When I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. Yeah, like the control is really what squeezes out a lot of the magic in our world. And control happens when we're traumatized and we feel like we have to create control in order to keep us safe. In my readings, I will be doing readings, the lunar readings that I do every week. They're free. I will definitely be bringing these cards into those readings. So the next one will be posted probably on December 11th, but because there's one active right now with advice until the quarter moon in Pisces, which is on the 10th. But you'll see these decks coming in to be shared with you after that. And in my solar readings, which are $11.11 a month, and give guidance for the entire month. We're moving into Capricorn season soon, so I have a feeling these are going to make it into Capricorn season readings, but I can't promise because I always douse to see what decks really want to come through, but this feels like a good energy and synergy with Capris. Okay. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Yep. Simple, true, powerful. Oh, I love her. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. Yes, you are worthy of feeling good. Believe it, create it, feel it, attract it. Do it. Two more. Here we go. Elements here in the ceremony before I say goodbye. Releasing water. Thank you, water. Releasing fire. Releasing earth. Releasing air. Thank you, earth. Thank you, air. And releasing fire. Thank you, fire. As always, I want to put these up here, I don't know why. There. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste, my loves. Can't wait to see you in the next one.